Hi, I'm Anupa and I welcome you to Sanjeev Kapoor Khazana. Now let's make a kachori. We're going to be making Urad Dal ki Kachori. So for Urad Dal ki Kachori, we need certain ingredients. So kindly note that. We need about 2 cups of refined flour, half teaspoon baking soda, salt to taste, oil to deep fry, half a cup of urad dal which is soaked for about 10 minutes. Urad dal is also known as black gram, and the one that I am using right here now is the split urad dal. 3 tablespoons of pure ghee, 1 inch ginger finely chopped, 1 green chilli finely chopped, 1 pinch of asafoetida, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon chilli powder, 6 to 8 roughly chopped cashew nuts, about 1 tablespoon of raisins. Okay, so let's begin with using the urad dal. We have to make a filling. Now this kachori is made with refined flour or maida, and it is stuffed with a filling with urad dal. So first we have to make this filling, because after we make this we will have to cool it and then stuff it in the dough. So let's see how we make this filling, for which I need a frying pan to which we will add some oil. Now we have to saute all the spices. To the oil we will first add some hing, some turmeric powder, some ginger, green chilies, red chili powder. We will add some cashew nuts, some raisins. So just mix this once like this, that's it. We will add the urad dal here. This urad dal is well soaked for about 10 minutes. Just give it a nice toss, and we have to saute this till the dal dries up completely, because if there is any kind of moisture in this, the kachori will just split when we put into oil. So in the meanwhile, let's also see what we have to do with the dough. I have refined flour, to which I'll add some soda. We'll also add some ghee. Ghee is added for shortening. Kachori, as you've seen, is quite crisp. The coating is very crisp, and that crispness comes with adding ghee to the dough. Ghee can be added like this. It could be also added warm or even a little bit heated. But right now, after we've added the ghee, we have to work with the dough and mix it like this till it resembles breadcrumbs. You see this? It starts flaking. It's very important to add ghee, or if you don't prefer ghee, add oil, but some amount of fat has to be added to the dough. Okay. You see this? The dal has dried up completely. Now we'll get this out onto a plate. It's very necessary for us to cool the dal. So by the time we make the dough, the dal will be ready. And we also have to heat up a kadhai with oil. The oil shouldn't be very hot, because kachoris take a while to get done. It takes about good 15 minutes till the time the kachori goes crisp. Now the oil, if it is very hot, what will happen is the coating will get nice golden brown, but the insides will still be raw. So to avoid that, the oil should be moderately heated, and I'll also tell you how we proceed further. So right now, let's get back to the dough. After you have added the ghee, we'll start adding water. Little by little, the dough that we make has to be a stiff dough. But since we work with refined flour, we'll have to knead it well. So you have to add water little by little, for the simple reason that just in case you go a little excess, then you will have to adjust this by adding some more refined flour. So to avoid that, just add little water. So if you take about 2 cups of refined flour, you will need about half a cup of water. So that's the ratio you need to follow. Okay, now that you can see this, what you should do is get it out onto your chopping board or onto any plate or any platter. If you have a dough maker at home, use it, because this takes in a lot of efforts, and if you don't knead it well, you will not have a very good kachori. So I would advise you to use a dough maker, or else work with it the way I am doing. You see this? After you do this, mix it up nicely like this. Okay, so you see this? The dough is done. It's quite hard, but that's exactly how we need it. Just take one part of it. We'll make about 3 to 4 of them. It's a little difficult to work with dough which is so stiff, but that's the only way out if you have to make a kachori. Here it is. Now with a rolling pin, we will roll this. Don't worry about the edges which are cracking. We'll eventually have to stuff this and roll it again. So after you've done this, take a little bit of the filling in the center, gather all the edges, shape it into a ball and keep it aside. Now on the rolled dough, we'll press it lightly and there we go. Similarly, I have some more here. If needed, we could also roll it like this. Make sure the edges are well sealed. Slowly slide it into the oil. The oil shouldn't be very hot, as I mentioned. This one also will roll lightly. So this is done. Now we'll remove it out of the oil and place on this kitchen towel. Urad Dal Kachori is ready. Make this recipe just the way I have made it and you'll love it.